Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Hello my dear students, welcome to Economics online classes. In the previous class we discussed about human capital formation. In that we discussed about meaning and introduction to human capital formation and relating to the sources of human capital formation. Let us discuss what are the significant differences between two kinds of human capital. There are two kinds of human capital I said, mainly three kinds. We are including only two kinds in your syllabus. So, first one is physical capital, second one is human capital as I said in the introduction part. One more is there, that is financial capital. So, let us look at the main differences between physical capital and human capital. First main difference is physical capital is used to produce goods and services. Physical capital means tools which are used to produce goods and services, or tools which helps in producing goods and services. For example, machines are used, tools, machineries, any machinery which is used to produce goods. For example, rice mill is there. Rice mill is there to produce rice. This convert the whatever input into output, for example. Or you can take the example of jaggery, sugarcane to jaggery. So whatever the machines you are using while producing or converting raw material into finished goods, that machine is there, no? That is said to be the physical capital. Machineries are said to be the physical capital. Not only machineries, whatever the tools we are using in the process of production. For example, this stock is physical capital. Mobile phone is physical capital. So, human capital, while using that, then it will take some value. Thus, it is used to produce goods and services. So, for the service purpose, teaching purpose, I use this board. This board is there, chalk is there, physical capital. So, it will help in producing the human capital or for the services. Thus, physical capital is used to produce goods and services. This board is I use to teach you. Teaching is a service. I will give service through this board, either green board or black board. So, by using the chalk, it may be the duster, it may be the table or books, everything is said to be the physical capital. Thus, physical capital means it is used to produce the goods and services. Example, machineries or any kind of tools, tools. Human capital, it increases efficiency to produce goods and services. So, to produce the goods and services, to use the physical capital, human capital is required. For example, think about the whatever our economy without human beings, without human resource. Unable to think, is it? We cannot imagine the economy without human beings, because whatever the resource available plenty in manner in our economy, all should utilize by the human capital. Yes, right? Yes, it is because of human efficiency that computer is there, mobile phone is there, everything is physical asset for us. So, without using that, keep aside, there is no value for that. Suppose I use that, I am a human capital, mobile phone is a physical capital. So, while using my efficiency, I can use the mobile phones or computer or laptop or this backboard. Then it will take some values. Thus, human capital increases the efficiency of physical capital. So, let us see the first main differences between physical capital and human capital. Physical capital is used to produce goods and services, means machineries. Human capital increases efficiency to produce goods and services. So with my efficiency, I can teach you. So while teaching, I can use books, I can refer books, I can use blackboard, I can use chalk, I can use camera. Everything is a physical capital. I hope you understood what is physical capital. Whatever the tools we are used to produce goods and services, that is said to be the physical capital. This physical capital is used by the efficiency of human capital. ಮಾನವನ ಸಾಮರ್ಥ್ಯವನ್ನು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. Thus, second main difference between physical capital and human capital is physical capital is sold in the market. Physical capital is sold in the market. Is there human capital is sold in the market? No, never. So, physical capital is sold in the market, but only the services of human capital is sold in the market. Only the services rendered by the teacher, services rendered by the doctor, services rendered by the lawyer or taxi driver, as we studied as a service holder, service provider, employee, employer, everything we discussed in the first chapter. Can you remember, right? Yes. Thus, services provided by the human capital can be sold in the market, because as I gained some knowledge, I can share with you. So you can share with some others. That can be sold in the market, only the services. So whatever human beings are not sold in the market like just goods and services. But physical capital can be sold in the market. For example, this chalk is there, a duster is there, board is there. So whether it is human capital, is there any life for this? Never. So this can be sold in the market. Suppose I want a mobile phone, I can purchase from any shop in the market. So suppose I want a table, chair, anything, computer or any whatever the essential things. So I can borrow from the market. So this human capital never sold in the market. Physical capital is sold in the market. Physical capital is sold in the market. So only the physical capital means for Kannada students, Bhautika Bandavada anta ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. Bhautika Bandavada, human capital means Manava Bandavada. ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. So as we know that physical capital is sold in the market. For example, I can give the example, chair, table, fan, whatever the items we are using, computer, TV, I can give the example of TV, mobile phones, computer, everything considered as physical capital. So by using this physical capital, human capital is going to increase its efficiency. Thus, only the services rendered by the human capital can be sold. Only the service can be sold, human capital unable to sold in the market. ಮನುಷ್ಯರನ್ನೇ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾರಾಟ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅವರ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಬಹುದು, ವ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಬಹುದು ಅಂತ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್, ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಡಿಪ್ರಿಶಿಯೇಟ್ಸ್ ಓವರ್ ಟೈಮ್. ವಿಚ್ depreciates means sometimes it may whatever for example, I will use this blackboard or this camera or laptops. It may get lost, memory may lose, or any electrical or technical errors may happen to the machines and tools. Thus depreciates over time. So lack of durability. So while using long time, it may lose its significance. But in case of human capital, no depreciation of human capital is possible, but human capital never depreciates until the death. Depreciation anta agudilla, halaguvanthadalla, but it is necessary to increase the efficiency. Necessary to increase the efficiency of human capital. At the same time, no depreciation is possible under the human capital, but increasing efficiency of human capital, update to the modern new technology is essential to the human beings. Thus, depreciation never possible, but increasing efficiency of human capital is required. One more significant difference between physical capital and human capital is it is separable from the principal. It is separable from the principal. One can separate from the principal, but human capital cannot be separable from the principal. So whatever the human capital is there, always human capital only. So unable to separate it from the any other principle, any other way. But this physical capital can be separated. For example, if the one machine is there. So suppose I will give the example of pen. This pen is there. You can see this and touch this. It is said to be the physical capital. One can see, touch, and one can whatever you can use this capital. For example, this cap is there. Pen is there, in that inside refill is there, ink is there. So I can separate it. See here, this pen, refill, I can separate it. So it is separable from the principle. So I can separate it from the principle. But in case of human capital, it is possible to separate the body parts of the human beings? Never possible. Thus, physical capital is separable from the principle. Human capital never separable from the principle. So to producing these mobile phones, for example, I will give you the mobile phones. So separate cover is available, battery is available, but separate whatever recharge we want, we can make the recharge, or I can use any apps from this, or I can use these mobile phones for the several purpose, multi-purpose. But whenever it, whatever the problems arises, technical error, we can fully open and we can check it. Different parts will be given by the different companies. So it can be separable from the principal. Physical capital is separable from the principal. So it can be make different parts. So keyboard is separate, computer is separate. So I can take the separate keyboard and I can take the separate computer or PC. But it is not possible in kind of human beings. Whether it is possible to separate the parts of the body of human beings? Never. Thus, human capital cannot be separable from the principal. Physical capital is separable from the principal. Next main difference between these two is formation of physical capital is an economical and technical process. It is economical and technical process. So as I said, formation of human capital is a process of increasing efficiency in education, getting the preventive medicine, social medicine, curative medicines, clean drinking water, sanitization, then education, health, everything we said. All those things not at all required for the physical capital. Only the economical and technical process required. Economical process means money we require to purchase the any of the physical assets, computer, TV, laptop, or any kind of your physical assets. To purchase that or to buy that or to produce that, we require economical means finance, and technical process, how to set up, how to build vehicles, everything. That are all comes under the physical capital. Is the vehicle move without human beings? Never. Vehicle moves only with the help of the human capital. Human capital is required. So that is a physical asset. If you are not at all using it, will be idle. No one using means it will be idle. Never become used. Thus, formation of physical capital is an economic and technical process. But formation of human capital is partly a social process. Formation of human capital is social process. Already human beings are there, but giving some awareness through the human capital formation, it is required to increase the efficiency. Thus, it is never economic and technical process. So, human beings are natural birth and they were going as it is. But whatever the physical assets, we are going to grow day by day with the help of technical and economic process. Thus, physical capital is an economic and technical process in the formation, and it is a partly social process. Human capital is partly a social process. These are the significant differences between human capital and physical capital. One more is their financial capital. Upcoming classes we are going to study in the further studies. Next is sources of human capital. So sources of human capital are studied in the deep manner. So just I will say the some remaining points, point wise. So as we studied expenditure on education, expenditure on health, preventive medicine, curative medicine, social medicine, and good sanitization facilities, even provision for clean drinking water, on-job training, very important to increase the efficiency of the worker is on-job training. One should update every day while he is in the job, any MNC company or any teaching or any profession, updating the knowledge is said to be the on-job training. So, human resource development is there, authority is there, HRD. They will give the training to the human beings, human capital every month, every year, once in 6 months or twice in a year. That is said to be the on-job training. It will increase this efficiency and increases profit to the organization. Expenditure on migration and expenditure on information is also considered as the sources of human capital formation. So, on-job training, expenditure on migration and expenditure on information, everything is essential to increase the human capital formation and increasing efficiency of the human beings and human development. Thus, these are the main significant difference between physical capital and human capital and main sources of human capital formation. So, education is needed, proper training is required to the human beings, update knowledge is required for the development, then information is required, whatever the changes in the happening around us, that should be needed. Then social medicine, curative medicine, preventive medicine is essential to increase the efficiency of work and maintain the good health condition. Education, good sanitization facilities and provision for clean drinking water is very essential for build a human capital. So next class we are going to study the remaining parts of the human capital formation, significance of human capital formation in India. Thank you for watching this video.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.